we're going to go over the notes for inverse relations. Some classes we already did this in, and some classes we didn't, but towards the end, there's an extra part that we didn't do in class for the A-Day class. So the notation that we use to show inverse relations is R -1, which means R inverse. To find the inverse of a relation, we switch x and y. And a one-to-one relationship is a relationship where the function and its inverse are functions. So for example, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the x values don't repeat, it is a function. So we learned this in the beginning of the year, how to tell if something's a function. Now to find the inverse, you're going to switch x and y. And then we'll decide if, once we switched x and y, if that's a function. So now you have -2, 4, -1. Oh, there's -2 repeating, which means it's not a function because the x value repeats. Sorry, not yes, no. And because the inverse is not a function, it means it's not a one-to-one function. Both answers would have to be yes for it to be a one-to-one function. Okay, all the same things apply there. The way to test this from a graph is to do the vertical line test. Yes, this is a function. And then you'll complete the horizontal line test, and that would tell you if its inverse is a function, whether inverse is a function. And because it passes both tests, the answer is yes all around, that it's a one-to-one function. Here, although it passes the vertical line test, it does not pass the horizontal test, so the answer is no. Okay, and then we did some of these in class. We did some of these, and this is what we did not go over specifically unless you are in B-Day. So triangle ABC is formed by the points of the relation -1, 6, -7, 2, and -5, -3. What is the inverse of this relation? Well, earlier we just learned that you find the inverse by switching x and y. Okay, so let's graph this and see what an inverse looks like when it's graphed. 6, -1, 2, -7, and -3, -5. So if you notice, they are a reflection, but there's a specific line that these are reflected across. It says graph ABC and its inverse. So we did that. What did you notice about the graph? So you might notice that they look like